Instagram and YouTube to talk about the Libra season and Scorpio season, to talk about bonds, relationships, intimacy with an astrological influence. So let's wait a little bit, just a few seconds for people to connect and engage. Let's breathe together. Okay, welcome everyone. I'm here to talk about relationships, the Libra season and Scorpio season. So let's go with it. I'm here in Spain, in the monastery, in Montserrat Monastery. It's in on top of a mountain, very holy mountain. There's a light city here, many magical events and energies going on. But today I'm here to talk about relationships. I was writing this last night while the moon was transiting the sign of Scorpio. So the moon takes 2 days and a half to transit each sign. So that's why our emotions are always changing, and mainly for women, but also for men, because we are 70% water, and the moon rules, moves our waters, inner waters. That's why we're always changing. The moon was transiting Scorpio last night, yesterday. Maybe yesterday was a bit intense for you, and the day before, because the moon transit in Scorpio, it connects with the south node. The south node, it's a karmic energy where we are all collectively flashing out dense energy. So now we are flashing out the dark aspect of Scorpio, which is manipulation, lower sexuality, control, possessiveness. Um, um, yeah, Scorpio, dark Scorpio energy. So we are all flashing out these secrets, scandals, right? So that's why when the moon connects with the south node, we feel, oh my God, this is really toxic. I need to let go of this. And also, the moon was opposing the north node, showing you the guidance where you are heading. Where imagine if suddenly you were seeing, oh my God, in this kind of sexuality is really like lower chakras, very survival mode, very primitive, and then someone shows up in front of you and it's like very spiritual tantric energy focused on divine union. This is like a raw example of this energy. So, yes, now we have till July next year to focus in the North Node collectively, which is Toro. So, it's about focusing on your body and experiencing things through your body and through your individuality first, and then sharing in this Scorpio energy. So yeah, for sure. Yesterday and the day before with the Scorpio moon, there was some intensity inside you, some emotional intensity. Maybe you saw some darkness, some shadow coming up to the surface to be um, uh, to put some light on it. And yes, when we are faced to the new is scary, it's different, but it's here for you. At the moment, we have Venus, the goddess of love, who lives inside of each of you. Doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. So, the goddess of love and abundance, Mani, is now in the sign of Libra. So, this is one of her houses, Toro and Libra. So, she's very happy in Libra. In Libra, she's like, oh, I want to invest in beauty because beauty, brings peace to my soul and harmony. I want to invest my time in love, in connecting. These connections can be friendship, can be romantic, can be sexual, but it's like this feeling of, oh, I want to to nurture this energy, right? But even though Venus is in her house, super happy, there are some tensions because we have Venus opposing retrograde Jupiter and Neptune in Pisces. So this Neptunian energy brings some confusion to here, and also this feeling of the fear to be cheated, the fear to be to not to be able to see the whole truth, or that it's unreal. There's the fear of not being trusted. So Venus cannot express herself fully so far, but in the near future she's gonna be able to do it. So now this Venus energy, it's a bit uncomfortable. It's inside you. It's like, oh yes, I want to buy this, or I want to sell this, or I want to invest my time in nurturing this relationship. But at the same time, this Neptunian energy brings confusion and this feeling of it's unreal. It cannot be real, right? We also have Venus doing a trine still with Capricorn Pluto. So the goddess of love and abundance, she's going through an intense transformational period, and she's been asked to purge, to purify, to see her own shadow. How you digest love, how you are in loving relationships, how you are in this buying and selling relationships. Now it's time of purging so you can upgrade how you are in these connections. We need to understand that love and money is a living energy. Loving relationships cannot be always the same, fixed. They are not fixed, they are not stable, because this is energy, this is living energy, and living energies are always changeable, okay? The same with money. Money is not going to be always the same. Sometimes here, sometimes here, sometimes I can buy, sometimes I can invest, sometimes better to save. Yeah. The more we see this, the less worried we're going to be. So, what's Libra season about? Libra season is about the balance between giving and receiving. Is the goddess of justice, right? So, this giving and receiving has to start inside you. Are you giving yourself what you need? Yeah. So you cannot ask other people to give you something. You need to start by giving yourself whatever you want or you need, right? Don't ask the other person to give to you. You need to exercise the art of giving and receiving on your own first, okay? The same here. Some people are like, no, because I never received trust or love, so I'm not going to give that at first. Please don't do this, don't do this. Just give whatever, give. Because this universe is ruled by the law of cause and effect. So whatever you do, whatever you give, don't worry. Even though you are not receiving that now, many people are in this victimhood mood. Like, I always give so much care and no one cares about me. Please get out of this victimhood mood, that it's also proper by Virgo and Pisces energy, which is very present right now because we just came from Virgo season and Mercury is in Virgo. So we are still feeling this energy of victimhood and perpetrator, and so please get out of this this game. You are never a victim, you are never a perpetrator, because we are here in this universe and there's a law of cause and effect. If you are now feeling that you are a victim, this is because maybe in a past life you did the opposite and now you want to experience this. So there's always a cause and an effect, and there's also this energy of I want to experience, I want to learn. So if you feel, why I'm like, don't go into these states. I mean, how long are you going to be there? Because you can be there lifetimes, and there are more fun things to experience in this reality. So please just get out of this victim and perpetrator, because there's a lot of energies, to experience, which are more fun and enjoyable. And you're here to, experience love. So, anyways, I was saying this because, yes, please just give whatever you want, because then you're going to receive, because of the law of cause and effect. When I was here analyzing this energy of Libra, Scorpio, relationships, intimacy, I was noticing something around me also here now in Europe. And it's this patriarchal dynamics of relating. And this patriarchal dynamics, patriarchy, it's not about the father, it's not about men, because also women, children, they exercise also these dynamics. And these dynamics, it's about the pyramid. It's about, because this is my house, we are going to do whatever I want. And it doesn't matter if this is toxic, or it's like really bad for you, because this is my car. If I want to smoke, I'm going to smoke, even though I have many children in the back seat. This is not good, this patriarchy, And people who are still exercising this kind of behavioral dynamics, then they cannot complain if they are like in a job where they are being exploited or abused. They are already abusing in their first circle, in their family, in their friendships. So the matriarchal way of thinking here will be, even though it's your car, right? You cannot smoke inside your car because it's your car. You have to ask the other people, hey, it's okay if I smoke or not. Sure, like, or maybe consensually, we agree that no, we prefer no. This is more detrimental than favorable for everyone. So maybe we agree that after, I don't know, 10 kilometers, you can stop and smoke outside, and it's okay. We can do these stops. So this is matriarchy. This is consensual. This is circle, right? It takes a bit more of time because it's about talking and consenting, right? So yes, if you want justice, if you want Libra energy, if you want a balance between giving and receiving, you need to be fair. You need to stop these patriarchal ways of behaving, these dynamics. Here they ask, can you please explain universal law focus of lack attracts lack, that same energy? How to do the opposite? Yeah, of course. Here with the Libra season, we see a lot that we see the. I mean, everything is a projection, right? We in India we say that we are experiencing the cosmic play of the divine. It's a play, so that's why I always tell people, please don't take reality so seriously. This is a play. This is an holographic reality. People are just, we are here to learn, and it's all a game. So don't go, we tend to go to these victimhood modes of I'm a victim of this society, this reality, this relationship, right? But we need to go to our center, be responsible of yourself, be in charge of yourself, and just keep going. About this question they're asking here about the law of attraction and scarcity, abundance. Of course, we cannot say, no, this person, it's like very selfish. It's always a projection of a shadow. So it's better that you don't focus outside, but focus inside you. I'm being generous enough with myself. I'm giving myself the best that I can, or I'm giving myself just very little because I need to save, because la 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 la. You only exist in the present moment. So enjoy fully the present moment and trust that God, Goddess is gonna protect you the next day. So what I always recommend also, because of this Virgo energy we are transiting, is like, if I with my ego think that I have to do this, and I have to achieve this is very stressful. It's a lot of pressure on me. But if I think, God, Goddess, I put my mind in your service, be instrument. I'm your instrument. My hands are your hands. My voice is your voice. My words, your words. If you put yourself as an instrument of the divine, things are going to flow easily, right? It's not so much pressure on the self, because you are being a channel of the divine. So someone asked this question here. So just start being generous with yourself, and that's going to reflect outside. So I'm going to keep going with these dynamics. And yeah, also to let you know, in Libra season, it's clear that when you are with another person, you create a third energy. This is the Libra energy, the relationship. So many people are like, no, because this person doesn't vibe high, or this person doesn't vibe whatever. It's not about that in Libra season. In Libra season, it's what's the energy we create together. Because maybe when I'm alone, I'm super happy, super joyful, and that person also. But when we get together, we trigger each other. Or suddenly we are start being very negative, analyzing everyone or everything. So we go both low vibrational. So it's about checking this out, the third energy, the alchemy we create together. So if you vibe high, and then when you are with someone, you start vibing lower and lower and lower, we will say that person is not triggering in you satsang, true company. So either you notice this and start working it out, like, hey, I have noticed every time I'm with you, I'm start vibrating lower that I'm normally vibrate. So let's see why, and let's change it. So maybe we can be more positive when we get together, or we can do something more creative or something more spiritual, and we start vibrating higher. Or you just don't meet this person because it's not triggering you good things inside you. And it's not about this person being bad, because maybe this person with another person creates an alchemy which is really very high vibe, but it's with you, it's not creating a high vibe alchemy. So we need in Libra season to check these alchemies and take care of these alchemical energies. So here I are introducing a term. It's called satsang. This is from Sanskrit. Sanskrit is kind of a light language. It vibrates really high. So sat means truth. Sangha means community. So satsang, it's true company. So true company is a company that allows you to vibrate higher than when you are alone. Uh, so that's why here nowadays the guru says it's not time to go and enlighten yourself meditating by yourself alone in a cave. Now we are in the time to create satsang, true community, and raise the vibration together. That's why it's so important that we relate, that we connect, that we create bonds. So please don't run from love, don't run away from bonding, don't run away from relationship, because this is a time all the gurus, all the enlightened people talk about this satsang. We are in the time of raising the vibration together as a community, global community. So here the question came: why we run from love? Why we run from love? Why there are so many single people in this individualist society? The light side I see here, it's like, of course, when you are single, you start focusing more in yourself, in achieving certain things like material stability. Before, the woman will depend of the man, right? But now, when you're a single woman and you don't depend on a man, you need to give yourself this material stability. You need to give yourself the mental stability, the emotional stability, the mental nurturing, watching and listening high vibe things, the emotional nurturing, with friends, family, animals. So you need to start giving yourself all these things when you're single, right? You look for all these things, and then luckily, when you feel stable, you open yourself to connect, in a relationship. And this opening comes from feeling that, wow, I feel so good. I need to share this vibration, this energy. It doesn't come from a need or from a scarcity place, right? So this is the light side of our individualist society. The dark side, it's like many people are scared of commitment because they feel that they can lose all these things they have achieved, the material stability, the mental stability, the emotional stability. It's like, wow, when you bond with someone and you truly merge and you go from Libra to Scorpio energy merging, you lose your identity, right? And you are this third energy completely. So many people fear this and fear the commitments and the freedom they might lose. So that's why there are so many Peter Pans. There are men with 40, 50 years. Many of my clients, they are 50, and they are men, and they are like still so in fear of losing their freedom. And it's like, no one can truly, it's an illusion that someone can remove freedom from you. This is an illusion. No one can take anything from you. This is an illusion. It's you that you give away, okay? So anyway, this energy talks about something. You know, we need to remember that commitments, vows, agreements, this is something alive. We cannot sign an agreement for a lifetime. This agreement has to be they will change over time because our relationship, you are alive, the other person is alive, we are alive, and we are changing the whole time. So our agreements will change over time. For example, now you can have an open relationship with someone, but maybe in the near future you want to have a babies. So you feel this primal instinct that you want to close this relationship and go into monogamy for some years because you want to have a family, babies, and you need this tribal primal energy. But maybe after 5 or 10 years you want to open up again, to open to new romantic or sexual relationships while still being with your partner. So that's what I'm saying. We fear commitment, but we don't realize that actually commitment is something alive, and we can be changing and reshaping these commitments over time. It's something alive. Um, Scorpio. So now we are transiting from this Libra season to a Scorpio season. And in a Scorpio season, as I said before, we lose this individuality, and we become this third energy that we create with someone else. And this is deep intimacy. Many people fear deep intimacy. Why? Because when we are in a deep intimacy bonding relationship, we need to face the shadow. The shadow is going to come up immediately. So people don't want to face the shadow, right? The ego doesn't want to die. So that's why people run away from deep intimacy. But you cannot also, if we live without deep intimacy, we go into depression. Then we are always in shallow relationships, very shallow. This doesn't make us happy. We need deep intimacy, either with a lover, a friend, with whoever you choose. But we need deep intimacy. We need to face the shadow. We came here for this. So that's why when you're in a relationship, you need to do a spiritual work, you need to do healing work, you need to go to retreats, ceremonies, meditation, yoga. Like, you need to work on this therapy. Super important. When you are in a deep intimacy bonding, you need to work on this. Scorpio rules psychology, Scorpio rules archetypes, shadows, the taboo. So when you are in deep intimacy, all of this comes up to the surface. Just to let you know, we have Libra here, Scorpio, and then Sagittarius. So Sagittarius is the energy. When you transit this relationship, shadow, then you go to Sagittarius, which is the quest for highest truth. So, of course, after deep intimacy, you both realize, fuck, it's not only about working on our shadows, it's also about turning our relationship to the divine, to God, to goddess, to spirituality. So that's the purpose of relating, but there are different stages according to astrology. So that's why. What happened when two people really commit to work on their shadows and their sacred union and their union? That then sacred union start happening. They start offering their union to the divine. They become channels of light and the divine. Their energetic field start growing and growing. It's not only when you are alone, your energetic field can grow till one point, but when you are with someone in sacred union, it's like it's massive, the energy field. And from this field, you can attract, you can manifest, you are channels of the Radha Krishna, Shiva Shakti, all these energies. Yeshua, Mary Magdalene, it's super powerful. And it's not only that, it's our path, because we had Atlantis civilization, which was very masculine, then Lemuria, which was very feminine, and now we are creating the foundations of the solar civilization. And the solar humanity is sacred union. So we need not to only embody inside us the sacred union, but also with someone else. We still have matter 3D, so we are here to manifest. Okay, so we need to manifest also outside this sacred union energy, and for that we need to go through Libra energy, Scorpio energy, Sagittarius energy, right? So we need to work on our shadows, to have deep intimacy, and also together to work the shadow of the third energy that we create, because sometimes the third energy we create is possessive, it's controlling, it's hermetic, it's fixed, it's like, yeah. So we need to work on this third energy we are creating with someone, and then turning towards the divine Sagittarius energy. In the quest for highest truth. So yeah, wow, this is all about Libra Scorpio energy that we are transiting right now. Please don't run from love. Please don't run from the shadow. Just face it and transcend it. And it's good to have intense experiences, and you are always loved by the divine. And also, yeah, welcome everyone. So, on the 2nd of October, this is in 2 days, we have Mercury going direct. So maybe you have felt your mind a bit foggy the last 3 weeks, because for 3 weeks Mercury has been retrograde, and we have been thinking a lot about the past relationships, past people, experiences, reviewing, revisiting. And this is good to have this time to really be more reflective than usual. So now from the 2nd of October, Mercury goes direct in Virgo. Normally when Mercury goes direct, it's like, yes, let's launch projects and let's write this and this and this. But now Mercury is gonna be still in opposition to Neptune, and Neptune brings a lot of confusion and delusion. So it's not clear the energy till actually the 11th of October. On the 11th of October, Mercury will go towards Libra. And in Libra, Mercury is going to feel way more comfortable, more balanced, the mind, and also this opposition is not going to be there anymore. So there's not going to be confusion or delusion or fantasy, what's real, what's unreal. That's going to end. So from the 11th of October, projects, communications are going to run better. So the last thing I want to talk today is about the full moon in Aries. This is happening next week on the 9th of October. So full moon in Aries, it's about celebrating your identity and your sense of self. So it's the end of a 6-month period since we had the new moon in Aries. Now 6 months later, the full moon in Aries is about, wow, celebrating. Probably you have been doing some self-work, some self questioning, some meditation, some inner work, mindfulness, therapy, whatever you do to work on yourself. Now it's time of really looking at this with the light of the full moon. And it's like, wow, yes, actually, I feel happier now. I feel more free. I feel more healthy. I feel more connected to the divine. um, it's interesting because most of the gurus and the spiritual teachers, they were Aries, because Aries is a lot about the identity, and it's about the path of self-questioning. When you self-question yourself, who am I and who is the I who questions the other I? This is a path, a spiritual path, Jnana yoga. So that's why many gurus, they were Aries, because this is a path to find God, also God inside. So yeah, now is a full moon in Aries. It's time to celebrate how is this connection with yourself. And because we are in this planet of polarities, one thing cannot happen without the other. So Aries is opposing Libra, Venus is going to be in Libra. So it's about also celebrating, yeah, because I have done so much self work. Now I can enjoy better my relationships, my connections. The full moon is going to be conjuncting Chiron. Chiron is the wounded healer. So even though this full moon is a celebration, when it's conjuncting to this Chiron energy, uh, some wounds can come up to the surface, some insecurities, something about not accepting yourself fully. So there's a lot of healing energy. I recommend you during this full moon next week to do some channeling session or healing session or therapy or ceremony or retreat, something for healing, because the healing energy is going to be quite present. Um, yes. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of healing also, because Pluto is gonna go direct that same day. And Pluto is the god of purification, detox, death, transformation. So Pluto going direct on the 9th of October at the 26 degrees of Capricorn. It's gonna be very palpable. We're going to really feel, wow, there's intense energy from the day 7. 2 days before, we're going to feel this intense Plutonian energy, that it's about purging the way we think, purging the way we feel, purging, cathartic experiences, purification. So Pluto is asking you to get rid of things that are not in alignment with your higher self, and you're going to see these things and these behaviors, these people, these relationships very clearly. So yeah, this full moon in Aries is gonna be, wow, quite intense next week. So I recommend you to do all kinds of detox, because the energy is going to be very supportive to detox from your phone, detox in your body, detox, emotional detox. If you can go on a retreat by yourself. It's a full moon in Aries. That's going to be very helpful, and it's going to make you easier to transit this full moon. As I said before, on the 11th of October, we will have Mercury going into Libra, and things are going to finally flow better, communication, business, yeah, all of this. So this is all for today. I hope you enjoy this conversation about intimacy, deep intimacy, and relationships. And I'm always interested to know what you think about these things, because we grow together, we nurture each other. So please just comment here, uh, whatever you think or feel. And yes, thank you everyone for listening. As you know, I'm always available for channeling sessions, energy clearings, astrology readings, the solar return, synastry, moon return. Yes. I also give workshops. Soon I will do light language workshops, and I'm also working in some light codes here in Montserrat, in Barcelona, in the monastery. I'm downloading light codes from the Holy Grail. And also with my guru, I'm downloading the flowers of Amma. the flowers of the goddess. So each flower, each light code helps with some area of our life. So whenever I finish all these light codes, I will give a workshop with them to learn how to use them in your daily life. Yes. So thank you for watching. Thank you, everyone. Bye. Bye here in YouTube.